Hey, what's up? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SimplyPodLogical, a Simply Nailogical podcast. And today's edition is the 2021 Simply Nailogical Holoday gift guide.
Holo, yes.
Our American gun-loving neighbors are celebrating American Thanksgiving, not Canadian Thanksgiving.
All I want for Christmas is world peace.
And the real meaning of American Thanksgiving is rushing into department stores to shop Thanksgiving Black Friday Day sales, I think.
I've seen those clips at Walmart.
Yes, we've all seen those clips. I wonder if that will be a little different this year. Probably not. So we thought this would be a good time to tell people the kinds of products and things that we would recommend gifting the people you actually like in your life.
Or don't like. I mean, if you still have to give them a gift, whatever. But
but if you don't like them, you don't want to give them a thoughtful gift. And we're giving you thoughtful gift ideas.
Are we? I don't know.
How much thought did you put into this?
Yeah, no, we went through kind of some category ideas of what we would recommend, but not all of it is necessarily like this exact product from this exact website. And I think it's just a little more general. I mean, it depends on the category.
Yeah. Well, why don't we just get into it? Christine, I think you asked people on Discord like the sort of categories they wanted to know. So we've compiled that and let's just jump right into it.
Here we go.
Category number 1 is kitchen. Maybe Christine's thinking about this because we just baked banana bread chai muffins.
On stream, yes. That's right. That's why I have to go to my phone to remember what ideas I wrote for the kitchen because I don't know anything.
Yes, that was very apparent. And those muffins turned out just okay. But that's both of our fault.
They were good. You're being too harsh.
They tasted better after they cooled down, let's say.
Yeah, and maybe you're just kind of picky, but like they taste like banana bread muffins to me. Like it's all good, you know?
This is a struggle of doing live baking streams, though, is partly like you wait in the oven for them to be ready, and then you just immediately want to try them on stream because the stream's just waiting to know how they turned out.
But they're burning.
But things don't usually taste good
and they're also really hot. So like you
so
burn
you
your
just
mouth.
burn your mouth on banana muffins?
I was trying to open it with my hand slowly, but it was like burning my fingers.
Anyway, better luck next time. But okay, so kitchen.
Okay.
Christine, what are you buying someone?
What am I recommending?
What are your recommendations for kitchen goods?
A good kettle.
Yeah,
I feel like everyone needs a kettle in their life. Whether you drink tea or not, you know, I'm not trying to be biased here, but a tea lover. But like you could use a kettle for so many things. For making couscous, if you need like hot water, or anything you need hot water for. So I think it's a great idea to get a quick, fast electric kettle. And if you want to, you know, splurge and go on the luxurious end, there's some kettles out there that allow you to control the temperature and that even give you like a countdown that is helpful for how long has this tea been steeping. But that's like if you want to splurge. But good kettles, you know, stainless steel, well made.
If I don't like tea, is it worth having a kettle just to make couscous?
I mean, you could boil water on the stove. I realize that is also a thing.
Option,
but sometimes as a gift, it's nice to give something that's like more convenient or just like more special or fun or like a, you know, an appliance that people are like, yeah, I wouldn't have bought this for myself, but this is nice. And maybe, you know, they'll get into tea or...
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea. Is it a high-tech kettle? Is that a good way? Because like there are nice kettles you can get that like whistle at you.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of those because they take so long and I'm impatient and I want my tea now.
Okay. Okay. Then I guess you have to know who you're giving a gift for.
I have two more, but you can go.
No,
next.
Please. Let's just go ahead.
I'm just going to talk about tea this whole stream. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. My next one is something that people always ask me how to do, but I think people don't realize how you achieve that. So I think it's a great gift item for anyone who likes tea or coffee, but at home. And that's a milk frother. Okay. So, right. So like after the pandemic, you know, a lot of people are just trying to, how do I make a latte at home? Mm-hmm. And you're not going to buy a $2,000 espresso machine necessarily that has, you know, a milk frother. Well, okay. But like an alternative to that, to make something at home that's more accessible, is to get a milk frother. And they come in many variations. Like some are like a wand or a stick. And then some are more of like a bowl that sticks onto a contraption, kind of like how a blender would stick onto the motor, but it whips it really nice. And my personal recommendation is, if you can, is to splurge for that tier 2 milk frother, which is the bowl like contraption as opposed to the stick wand. Because in my experience, the stick wands, like, they break, they don't froth nice, and they don't really work with non-dairy milk alternatives. So I've used almond milk, oat milk, and like the one that kind of froths it up. And a lot of these things you can get on Amazon.
Yes.
Like, you don't just have to go to Walmart, or I don't even know if Walmart like has the same availability as like what you can find on Amazon, like for options.
So do you want to round out the tea category here and give us your last
No, I
answer?
saved that for another. This is for the kitchen, things that go in your kitchen.
These are just tea answers.
Yeah.
Okay. For kitchen, more broadly, I would say it depends who you're. All these things will depend who you're gifting to.
Yeah.
If it's someone who really doesn't know their way around the kitchen much at all, like,
What are you getting me this year?
everyone should have a good chef's knife. And so I feel like that is a good gift to give someone if they just want to be able to like start learning how to cook themselves. You just need a really good knife.
Isn't that dangerous? If they like don't know how to chop things and you're giving them a really sharp knife.
Well, then they shouldn't be in the kitchen at all, and then you wouldn't be giving them a kitchen
Don't
gift
give me
at all.
knives.
Okay. But I have two gifts if you're just looking to give someone something they may not have thought to buy themselves.
Yeah.
There's a risk these are things that are just big and take up room on your counter. Like I saw a tweet from, I think it was The Onion or one of these parody sites where it's like KitchenAid releases a 500-pound aluminum block you can leave on your kitchen counter to take up room. The joke being a lot of people have KitchenAids, these giant appliances
And they don't use them
that
often.
sit on their counter and they never use them. But there's two things I think are interesting to have in a kitchen that opens up some possibilities. One is an ice cream maker. So you can get enormous ones that are like professional, that are like for gelato, and there's some from Breville and some more like specialized companies. But you can even get like these Cuisinart ones that aren't that big. You just need enough room in your freezer to put like a cylinder that needs to be really cold so the ice cream can actually harden. But I think it opens up a lot of possibilities and fun things for dinner parties and things if you have like an ice cream maker to make homemade ice cream. And the second one, along similar lines, is for a long time, it was really difficult to make pizza at home.
Yeah.
These days, there are a few companies that have these very small, easy-to-use pizza ovens.
Like the Easy Bake Ovens?
Yeah, exactly like Easy Bake Ovens. So one of the companies is Ooni, O-O-N-I. We don't have one, but I know people who have one who really like them. And I would like to get one at one point.
For Christmas?
This episode is me giving you my Christmas list.
Perfect, because it's so annoying when you don't know what to get your partner for Christmas.
Yeah, but basically it's just like a small pizza oven.
How big is it though? Like, is it really wide?
It's maybe like 14 inch. It's like a 16 by 16 inch box.
But
maybe.
that's like big. That takes up a lot of counter space.
It is maybe something you would put on a table like beside your barbecue outside. It can either be hooked directly to a gas line or a tank, I think. And the idea is it's just a small pizza oven that can get incredibly hot. So you can get a...
It's an oven, essentially?
Yeah, it's a pizza oven.
Can you do other things with it? Like you can cook normal oven things?
So yes.
Can you cook muffins in it?
I don't think you could... Well, I suppose it's...
But I'm just wondering, like, can it serve more purposes? Because not everyone's like, I'm going to spend all this money just for pizza. But, like, if you can use it for other things.
Of course. Like, you could probably put a cast iron pan in there. And, you know, anything you want to cook very hot for a short period of time, you could probably put in here. But it's obvious what this is for. It's for making homemade pizza.
Okay, that's an interesting idea. I have another one that I find is so useful, and especially for people on a budget, and that's a garlic press.
Oh, garlic press.
Garlic press.
Okay. Yeah,
like a good one, you know? I've had some that just break and they're just like stupid and flimsy. But if you like splurge for the like $17 garlic press, which is like that, they work. And you know, everyone, well, not everyone except vampires, but most people want garlic in their food. And I think a garlic press is just something that we always forget to pick up for ourselves. But if you know someone who cooks even just a little bit for themselves, maybe getting a garlic press is a fun little thing. That's not too expensive. It's not a big appliance.
I imagine some people will argue you could just like dice garlic with a knife.
But yes. A lot of these gifts we're saying today, you don't need them. But the point is there's something nice to gift someone that they would appreciate. Like, oh, cool. I could actually really use this garlic press.
I agree with you. Even if you could, you know, even if you have the knife skills to finely dice garlic, just squeezing a tool and just having it is better. It's the same. And like, Yeah, there's a few things everyone should have in their kitchen. I think a garlic press is one of them.
And apparently a chef's knife.
A really good knife.
To not cut up your garlic.
A
'cause you'll
garlic
use
press.
a
Something to zest citrus.
and a milk frother.
And a milk frother. Yeah, okay. All right. Kitchen category over.
Yeah. Oh, and I just wanted to mention, I will leave some links for specific things because I've spoken about them before because people always ask me the question. But things that we don't really have a link for because like we're not making a specific recommendation like the chef's knife, I'm not going to put a link for. But I have some affiliate links. Wusthof? I don't know anything about knives.
Yeah. Yeah, this episode isn't sponsored, by the way.
No, but I do have some affiliate
that.
links at Amazon. So
okay.
I will leave some of those below because they're easy for reference. And people always ask me, give me the specific link to the, the kettle that you like. So
Okay, moving on. Tech. What are you buying the tech people in your life, Cristine?
a trip to the metaverse, obviously.
Jesus
That's a
Christ.
joke. That is
Ready
a joke.
Player One. Do you want to go ahead?
Sure. I have a couple.
Okay.
On the more expensive tier, but very practical, is an external hard drive.
Okay. This is
for
for yourself.
for me. I need more hard drive. No. But a lot of people don't realize, like I'm thinking of the average person who uses their computer a lot, especially more in the pandemic, how much storage you're potentially using on your computer and maybe how many things you don't need to access every day and they're just taking up space. So getting like even just an average user of a computer a hard drives are so much more accessible from a price point today than they were 10 years ago. So you can get a hard drive for like $100 to $200 now, and it's like a decent amount of space. So I think that's a really good gift for someone who uses their computer and is trying to save space, and it will ultimately help their computer run better.
I think some people might say you just need cloud storage if you just have some excess photos. For a video editor like you.
But it's not just video. It's like if you have documents or things that just take up space or programs or applications. I don't know. Like, It depends on the person. Obviously, if they're like, what, how do I plug this in? Then it's not a good gift.
I wouldn't just buy everyone in your life a
No.
96 terabyte hard drive for
96
external.
terabyte. That's not what I mean. Like a couple terabytes,
Okay, yeah.
The greatest gift of all is a couple terabytes.
Okay. What else?
Do you want to go
No,
next? No? Okay. So I have some other tech that is like fun tech. A way to spice up your home, spice up your life. And that's LED lighting. So I have always been obsessed with like rope lights. I don't know if the fellow 30-year-olds in the chat, like, what is this, a podcast? In the comments, our listeners out there who are around my age who remember buying rope lights when I was a young girl. This was like a huge thing. So it's like a giant rope light that you would plug in and you decorate your bedroom with it. These days, there's basically the same thing, but they're called like LED light strips, and you can get them from a whole bunch of companies. The mainstream ones are doing them now too. But you basically just roll out the rope of lights under your cupboard, your TV, your bed, wherever, just to give a bit of ambiance. And you can use your phone now with an app to control what color is it. So I use that for my stream. I change the colors behind me. And I think that's a fun thing you can gift someone who's just trying to like create a cooler ambiance at home. So someone who spends a lot of time at home. There are products like that aren't as expensive as some of the bigger brands. Like you can find cheaper versions on Amazon. Their reliability I can't really speak to, because sometimes that just happens with these electronics.
We have the Philips Hue ones.
Yeah.
Just to be honest, they're not the cheapest option, but
you
they
can
are
find
reliable.
cheaper options.
They are cheaper options.
So there's that, and there's the Galaxy light projector.
Oh my god, not this.
Not this. Guys, everyone always asks.
Do they always ask?
Yes, every
Or
time
do
I
you
show it
just
on
always
Snapchat.
like talking about it?
No, I have, and it's not that expensive. It's not that expensive because it's not a big brand name. Like, I feel like there's a lot of suppliers who make the same product and then they just sell it on Amazon. But it's like a Galaxy light projector that looks like floating, soft, cool waters. You can change the colors. It's really soothing. It even makes a bit of a white noise sound. And I always put it on before bed, and we leave it on for like half an hour while we're watching a show. And it's just really calming. And I feel like it makes your day feel like, yeah, this is the way to go out, today. This is my spa time. And I love lights, so I think it's a cool, fun, easy tech to give to someone.
Actually, one of mine is along the same lines. We have these alarm clocks that
Oh, that was
light
later
up.
on my list.
Is that later on your list? Okay, I'm just going to throw it out
Okay,
there because
yeah.
it's related to this, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe maybe white noise and stars on your ceiling isn't for you because you're not 12 years old.
Ben!
But there are alarm clocks now that use light to both wake you up, but there's also things that like wind down at night. Like it
Yeah.
will simulate a sunset too, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
like it turns like dark red, the light.
I'm not sure how much there is to this like idea that you shouldn't have screens in the bedroom and things like that. People, I think there's evidence to suggest it's good to not have like a lot of blue light
Yeah, like it'll
at night.
hurt your skin.
Yeah, I've heard it might hurt your skin as well.
Be careful there, Ben. Don't look into that
Well, I've
screen.
seen the research, but I'm not allowed to tell you about it.
Oh, okay.
But I like the idea of like these alarm clocks. For me, it's more just about not having the harshness of a buzzing alarm clock in the morning.
Yeah.
To have just a light slowly fill your room to wake you up.
I love that too. That's a great idea. We've had those for years, ever
Yeah,
since the
and
the condo.
I definitely sleep better
Yeah.
with
That is a great tech gift idea. And for someone who's like working from home, or it doesn't even matter if you're working from home, but it's like
just
a nice
anyone
way to
who
wake
wants
up.
to wake up in the morning.
And a lot of people don't think to buy themselves a really cool alarm clock. Like that's not really something you care to. You're like, I'll just use my phone, whatever. So that's why I think this is a really good idea for a gifting item.
Like I have trauma from your old alarm. Do you remember we used to wake up to Christine's phone and you had a specific song that would go off?
Kids by MGMT.
No.
It wasn't that?
Come on.
Yes, it
How do you not
was.
remember? No, it was a
Ding, 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 ding.
because we are young and naive still.
Isn't that?
And we were
Oh, wait, am I
That's
just
not
saying the
MGMT.
wrong?
I think you're
was
you're
that?
kind of
It's, like, very
close, but it's
similar.
not MGMT. I would have preferred MGMT. But
Okay.
yeah, now if I hear that song, I'm like, fuck, I gotta go somewhere. I gotta get up.
But it was so long ago.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
know.
years since we've been using this soothing wake alarm clock.
Yes,
And you still have trauma? I'm sorry, Ben.
I do. Just to round out tech for me, I think the only other one I have is doorbell cameras are just something everyone should have at this point. I think you can get some that aren't super expensive.
They used to be, but they are.
I mean, they're still not
increasingly-
cheap,
yeah.
but there are good ones now that you don't even have to hardwire in. Like I think the Google ones or Nest, they recently released versions that don't even have to be hardwired for power.
So it's just Wi-Fi.
They have battery ones and Wi-Fi. You need a good Wi-Fi signal that can
Yeah.
reach the doorbell.
But yeah, no, I
But,
think this is a great idea. I've convinced many coworkers to get doorbell cams.
Yeah, it completely changes your perspective on, like, it's a double-edged sword in a bit of a way because you can go through life never knowing that like random weirdos might walk up to your door sometimes. And by having a doorbell camera, you know
You
about
all of a
every
sudden
time
know.
something like that happens.
You know when your neighbor was snooping or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. Or like, oh wow, there's raccoons that just wander around.
I think it's
things like
really
that.
useful for the average person, like to know when someone left mail in your door slot. Like otherwise you don't know, or if
And some of them are scary good at like
Or-
that AI, right? Like recognizing
Yeah.
the difference between people and just motion. And like, I'll literally get a warning sometimes be like, someone left a package because like the camera recognizes the motion of someone dropping something
and that's
off.
why this is an even better gift because more people are ordering things to their door these days. So to be able to see, oh, my package was there, and then be able to get it when you know it's there.
Yeah.
And if anything happens to it, you literally have it on camera.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't necessarily stop someone from
No, I know,
stealing
but it
packages off your
definitely
porch,
helps.
but you'll see
if
them
you were
do that.
aware, like, and you saw what happened, and maybe you didn't get like a delivery notice from the company, then yeah, I think it's helpful. But yeah, they're more accessible financially than they used to be for sure. You just got to look into it. Sometimes there is an option to pay for like a cloud service every month where you can keep the footage, like the video history, for up to 10 or 30 days. You don't have to buy that, but that's an option if you want to be able to like backtrack.
All right,
Good idea.
next category, music. Easy listening music. What are you buying for the music lover in your life, Christine?
Subscription service so they can listen to whatever they want because who buys CD albums anymore?
CD albums. Why don't you just buy them some vinyl, you know?
No one can play that. You should have added a vinyl player to your tech recommendation.
I mean, maybe if you're talking about an older person, buying them a subscription to one of the major streaming services is a good idea because it will open up their eyes to that's just the way things are now. But I think young people have probably already chosen to stream music the way they want to stream music. So it's not like you can gift them
So you
a
can
subscription.
no, but maybe you could or gift them a gift card that goes towards that. It depends on the service. Like if it's Apple Music, you can just give someone an Apple Music subscription card.
Okay.
Can you do like YouTube gift cards?
I
Maybe
think so.
It's not as like obvious as an Apple gift card because I use YouTube Music to listen to all my music. It's a paid service, but that's how I just play everything. Just because I found it easier to use because I already know YouTube so well. But yeah, like I can listen to whatever I want through that. And maybe if I gifted that to someone, that'd be another way for them to, access all the music.
Okay. Is this our answer?
A subscription. Well, like,
it's kind of a bad answer.
How is that a bad answer? That's the most practical answer, man.
People want to hear like my favorite album this year was.
Are you gonna go out and buy it at HMV Music?
People still buy albums, don't they?
Is Sunrise Records like still in the mall?
No, but why does that have? You're really confusing me with this answer.
No, I swear to God. How do you go to a store and buy an album?
Most people might still buy albums off of Amazon. Most people probably buy just music online. But vinyl and cassettes made a weird comeback.
In what form are you purchasing the music? Like, do you get an MP3 download?
Well, now if you buy physical copies of an album,
like a CD,
yes.
Okay,
it'll come with a code to be like, here's your way of just having all of these digitally too. That's often the case. But a lot of people like having the liner notes or there's a reason why people like vinyl and cassettes, even to some degree, have made a bit of a comeback.
So it's a bit of a nostalgic kind of gift. It's like memorabilia, more collectible, because to my understanding, most people don't like go to a store and buy CDs anymore. Yeah.
But like in terms of this gift guide, like people just want to hear they don't want to hear like whether we're recommending Apple Music versus Spotify. They want to know like what music you would recommend, basically.
That's not a different question than the holiday gift guide.
I would say because people have the streaming services, you don't need to recommend to them to go stream Red by Taylor Swift because they're going to see that popping up on their recommended, basically, right? So I guess if you are a music lover, and it doesn't even have to be new music doesn't mean it just came out. New music could just be music that you don't think other people will find from having it recommended to them by an algorithm. So I think it really is just a question of, you could recommend music to people that you don't think they would otherwise discover. Yeah?
Okay. Where's your list? What are your recommendations?
Oh, okay. Like, I don't know. It's not like there's a ton of new music this year that I thought was amazing that I feel a need to recommend. So I feel like I'm kind of giving a non-answer here too. But like,
you're getting mad at me for a non-answer and you don't have an answer.
I'm mad at both of us for our terrible. Okay, go listen to some Daniel Johnston or something like that, or Sun Ra.
I listen to mostly royalty-free music, so.
Oh my God. Okay. We're going to edit out this category.
No.
Next category, men's stuff. This was added at Christine's request, I think.
What about women's? I'm just kidding.
Okay.
We had this discussion. Like,
men are harder to shop for, right?
So we realized that most of this audience who listens to SimplyPodLogical identifies as a woman. So for that reason, we decided to have a men's category because mostly everything I otherwise talk about is intended for a mostly woman audience. So that's why we have a men's category.
So this is to help mostly women know what to buy men in their life?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the category.
Yeah.
What's the answer?
A toiletry bag.
Okay.
Please get a toiletry bag. It's so annoying.
For travel?
Yeah, or just like for holding
your
shit.
Where are we traveling?
Even if you're going nowhere, organize your like razors and other random shit in a toiletry bag.
Are you getting me a toiletry bag? Because we're going to be going somewhere overnight?
No,
maybe
it's
on
to organize
a vacation?
Home.
Okay.
I've gotten you, I think, at least 2 toiletry bags in our relationship. And I think I might have taken one back. Remember, I
Why
used
did you
it downstairs.
Do that?
By my nail stuff. Because you weren't using it.
So okay. This is very funny to you. You took back the gift?
I know, because you stopped using it. Okay. What defeats the purpose. I do think it's something that's highly overlooked by a lot of men I've known. They just like don't think they need to keep their shit
Yeah.
organized.
Toothbrush can just go on the counter.
Or just thrown in a suitcase and get your shirts wet. Like, no, you need a toiletry bag. So that's my idea.
All right, my answer, hint, hint, Christine, is, most men, myself included, do not have a skincare routine. I barely wash my face. And it's not because I don't want to take care of myself. It's because I don't know the first thing about exfoliating or cleansing or why there's, impurities in my nose or why my skin is a little bit oily sometimes. But if someone could just dumb it down for me and be like, scrub your face with this, put this on your face after, do this before you go to bed, I think I could follow those instructions.
Would you use the products if they weren't branded for men?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that.
Because a lot of that is marketing. Not all of it. I think that I'm not going to make claims, but most men's skincare can be used by women. A lot of the times it's just maybe a fragrance difference that leans a little more masculine, whatever that fragrance means. But I have products that I don't use anymore because I just use nothing basically that you can use. So why don't I just give you
them to
my
me.
stuff?
Put them in my stocking.
And I will show you what you can use to exfoliate.
For me,
what to clean your face with.
I think for me and a lot of men, it's more about the simplicity of it and not feeling like it is I don't know. I don't want it to feel like a beauty ritual as much as I just want it to be maintenance.
Simple. So there's definitely brands out there I've seen that are marketed towards men. Even Sephora has them, but they do construct them in a way that's simple, like step 1, 2, 3, because they're trying to speak to that kind of customer. So those gift sets exist. Okay. I just haven't gotten you any of them because I know it's all marketing.
Well, you can gift it to me and give it back.
I'll pick you out some skincare since I can't care for my own skin.
Well, speaking of that next category, beauty/face.
Uh-oh.
I have nothing to say about this one, Christine, so I hope you have an answer.
Yes, I have 2 things that aren't makeup or beauty, but they are related to this because I've been going through my own struggles. A nice material face mask. Because a lot of things, I found that women who wear makeup complain about is that the face mask, the traditional, medical ones, will kind of peel off your makeup or it'll stick and take your makeup off.
Sorry. By face mask, you're talking about beauty treatment face mask? Or you're talking about covering your mouth because of COVID
a face covering for, COVID purposes. Okay. So here in Canada, we have to wear face masks whenever we go into a store or basically any building. I realize that for women who wear, or anyone who wears makeup, your foundation comes off the top of your nose. And that's kind of an issue that I've seen even YouTubers trying to give you some tips and tricks. I don't have any tips or tricks on how to prevent that, but I do know that there's an increasing number of clothing companies that have really soft fabrics that are now making face coverings. So I guess.
Aren't those just worse face masks then if they're not tight to your nose and cheeks?
Well, it's not that they're not tight. Most of them are up to you to actually tie the string because they're kind of I was wearing one the other day where it's where you tie the string how tight you want around your ear.
So it's just softer. Basically.
Yeah, just the material is a little softer. And it's, it's feels good. It's a little more spandexy is the word. I don't know if that's the actual material, but
okay. Maybe I'm out of my depth or I just can't appreciate the problem in the first place, but the whole point of the mask is to tightly fit around your mouth.
I'm not saying it's loose. These aren't loose fitting masks. Just the material feels good and it feels colder, which kind of feels nice and doesn't as much pick up the makeup.
Okay.
Because a lot of the cotton masks kind of pick up at your makeup. But the fancier fabrics, I don't know if it's spandex, but it just feels like spandex. Do a better job, I think, at not disrupting the makeup. So that's something. Don't get mad at me.
I'm not mad. No, it's just if you're if you're wearing a face mask, do you do the makeup only outside of the mask? Do you know what I mean?
I think most people do their whole face and then they have to wear a mask temporarily to go grocery shopping or whatever, but they don't want to ruin their day's worth of makeup that they want to last all day. So
it'd be funny if someone took off their mask and just the shape around their mouth is just totally.
Okay, anyways, so look at companies who make good clothes. There's an increasing number of them who are making face coverings. My next recommendation for beauty and face is a USB ring light. It's kind of tech, but it's more relevant to makeup and face. So if you're doing your makeup at home and your lighting sucks in your bathroom, I have been doing this for a while with my nails, but you can use it for your face, is you plug in one of those like USB lights. It's like a little circle. It looks like a beauty ring, but it's like this big. So it's way more portable and you can bring it around, move it wherever, and you just plug it into anything USB. So, which is like everywhere in your house these days. You can plug it in your computer. If you do your makeup by your laptop, then you can plug it in. And these are pretty cheap on Amazon. Like like $30 or less, you can get them. Some of them are even $20. So I think that's a great idea to like, it's like a makeup light. And some of them even come with a cell phone holder. So if you are someone who films yourself doing your makeup or takes pictures with your iPhone or makes TikToks with it, you can put the cell phone and have the light like right there. And it's just a really useful tool.
Cool. All right. Sorry, I have nothing.
You don't care about either of those. Okay.
Another category I won't have much to add to. Nail polish. Is this just self-promo time, Christine?
Yes.
Come on.
I couldn't put nail polish in the same category as like beauty and face.
Couldn't you?
You don't put nail polish on your face.
You shouldn't.
And you don't use nail polish to be beautiful. Okay? It's creative expression.
So was makeup, I've been told.
Yeah, true. Whatever.
Got him. Okay.
Okay.
Nail polish. Acetone. Everyone needs 100% pure acetone.
But only cosmetics related, not industrial grade acetone. Okay.
I mean, isn't acetone just acetone?
No, it's not the same.
Well, I'm not telling people to go to a car shop and ask for acetone.
Just to be clear, he's not telling people to go to a car shop and buy acetone yet. Cosmetic grade acetone is very cheap. You can buy it at a beauty store or Walmart.
All right, is that the answer?
That's your answer, acetone?
Sure, everyone needs acetone.
I guess. If someone paints their nails, they need to remove it at some point. So yeah, okay,
This is true.
Give the gift of acetone. What a wonderful gift. Okay, I will give some recommendations from Holoday.
Of course. Oh my God.
But I do get this question of like, what should I give to someone who's not like that familiar with specialty nail polishes? So how do I introduce them to Holoday? Because like maybe you're obsessed with it like I am, but you're trying to get your friend obsessed. So what do you give them?
Okay.
So I think our Nail Essentials bundle is a great like the basics you need. It has like the base coats, the glossy taco, which is our top coat that makes it quick dry, and protective peel. I'd get them like that's a good bundle. It's also on a discount, as all of our bundles are on a discount. And actually this week we have free 1 coat black with a purchase of any bundle. And then if you're trying to pick out like a style of nail polish for your friend or loved one, it depends. Do they like the rainbow? Because we have the rainbow bundle. There's 2 different rainbow bundles, pastel or bright rainbow. Maybe they're more into multichromes. Maybe they're into frosted metals. So,
sorry, but which of these formulas is good for someone who's like not into paint or new?
Yeah, if you really want to impress someone and like slowly introduce them to Holo, I'd say like the linear Holos are a really good place to start. They're very easy to work with and they're like opaque in 1 or 2 coats and they look very different than what you see in the drugstore. So that's like a quick route to impress someone. If you want to get a little more fancy.
It's not about impressing, right? It's like what is easy, I think, is maybe a way.
So the Nail Essentials bundle is kind of like the basics you need. And then I'd pick one of the linear Holo bundles. Maybe like the pastel rainbow is a nice one that I think people would like.
Cool.
It's hard for me to come at this from
Be
a perspective
objective.
of like a new person because like I've used all of them. So I have trouble putting myself in that position.
We noticed that new customers often gravitate towards
the creme
polishes.
Yeah, I know.
So there are a lot of bundles that are just assortments of color stories that maybe just might appeal to some people.
That's not a bad idea. So one of the creme color stories, and then maybe if you feel like spicing it up a bit, you can add unicorn skins or a Holo taco just to show them the possibilities of layering over a creme. I think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. All right, next category, pet stuff, pet gifts.
Menchie's sleeping in her holiday bed. Maybe get your cat a holiday bed.
Menchie loves her beds, especially the ones that have a covering. So like the pumpkin this Christmas tree under the table with us right now. Maybe I'll go first since you've been talking. We've already talked about doorbell cameras, but I think I also really like that we have cameras that are really just designed or in our house just so we can keep an eye on the cats if we're out of the house or away and
Cat
things
cam.
like that. Yeah. Cat cam. Well, they're really just indoor security cameras that we use as cat cameras, essentially.
Yeah, but you
So-
can buy them from the same company as like doorbell cameras, and then just put them in your house, and then
Yeah.
they link up to the same app, and then you can watch your cats or your dogs while
You
if
can
you're
even
not home.
talk to them. And then the other thing I'll say is if you're really feeling fancy and want to spoil, this is more for dogs, I think, but I've seen lately that people are like advocating for dogs needing massages or like massage therapy being good for dogs.
Really?
So maybe if you really treat your pet like a child or like your family, like you could learn how to do this yourself. I think there's a little bit more to it than just petting them. You probably want to know what you're doing, but like I think there are techniques for, dogs put a lot of wear on their body, especially as they're getting older. And apparently there are like massage techniques for dogs that will really make them feel better. So I think if you're a dog owner, that's maybe something you want to look
But
into.
is that something you buy? Do you get them a massage therapist?
So I think I probably really depends where you live, but I think there literally are
Oh my
places that will give
God.
your dogs massages. But I think it's also just maybe more of a thoughtful thing for you to sort of know some things you could do for your dog.
For your dog.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Very fancy answer.
I think an auto feeder is a fun gift.
It's a convenience thing for you more than
Yeah.
the animal. Right?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things are like that if you buy it for
Sure.
Yeah, but our cats have been slowly being trained to use auto feeders. I think it's kind of a cool idea if whether you have a cat or a dog, but it does depend. It only works with dry food. So if your animal eats wet food, you're gonna have to feed that to them individually.
I think there's somewhere like you can put an ice pack in it and like wet food could be in there for
Yeah.
a bit. I don't
You're
know.
right. Those exist, but I don't know how I feel about those.
No, we got dry food ones. So like if we had to go away just for a night or something,
They
they could be fine on dry food, even though we like to give them wet food. But Xyler we had to be careful what we used and where we put it because Xyler is a bit of a problem child. And one day he knocked
Xyler.
over the entire pet feeder thing and spilled like 7 days worth of dry food on the ground and had a good time with
He's
that.
so strong. Like he literally yoinked it away from the wall using his brute strength. He like put his paw in the cup and then just used that to pull back. And then he knocked it over. And it's like, this is a really heavy system. Like I don't understand.
Very-
Then she could never.
No, so we've had to like wedge it in between other furniture so that he can't do that.
We basically need like bricks to like,
Just, like,
plant around it.
Nailed to the wall. He is very food motivated, Xyler.
He's very strong.
Yeah.
I guess he deserved that. Another fun one that's something to do for not just your pet, but like someone else's pet that you want to gift something is to get them a new name tag collar if they're a pet that has that. So there's like at pet stores, they often have a place where you can get them custom engraved, but then they have cool shapes or like a little frame you can put it around, a little diamond encrusted if you want to go fancy. I think those are always kind of fun.
If we had a animal that left the house ever, I feel like I would look into the high-tech ones that have the tracking on them or where you can insert like one of those Apple tags or
Yeah.
tiles or whatever those
You
companies
could
are.
just like put that on the collar. You just kind of link it
Yeah,
on.
but you buy a collar that like is designed to fit it.
Cool.
And then you just have like on your Find My Friends, you know where your dog is at all times.
I think that's a really great safety feature
Yeah,
for
for
sure,
sure.
any outdoor animal.
You could also put a
Yeah.
collar on your child and do the exact same thing,
Jesus
I think.
I'm gonna put one on you.
Shock collar.
Stalk you next level. Wait, I have one more.
Okay.
For any animal that eats wet food, like a can, there's those reusable plastic lid covers.
It's a very exciting gift.
Yeah, but it's so practical and they're so easy just to like rinse and wash and reuse. Then you just put it back on the lid, assuming your pet doesn't eat the entire can at once, which ours doesn't. We divide it up. So yeah, you just kind of use that, put it back in the fridge.
Very, very good.
Very exciting.
All right, Christine, video games. This is your favorite category, I think.
Yeah, it's the only one I didn't write anything for.
You've been playing a little bit on your stream.
Yeah.
What games have you enjoyed so far?
Death and Taxes.
So you like Death and Taxes. Still haven't finished that game. So you're
No.
going to have to... We want to see the conclusion.
Yeah.
We're all going to tune in, okay?
I think I have a week and a half left of work to do. It won't take a week and a half, but,
Okay.
you know.
And you had fun with Among Us as well, right?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. But that's more of just a social game. It's not really about the game.
I wonder
all.
if you can buy gift cards for apps like Steam. Like Steam is the platform where you can buy a lot of games. That's where I've been buying these games off of.
I assume you can... There's
I'm
a way of
assuming.
gifting people things, yeah.
Well, just thinking like then people can kind of choose what game they want or what edition they want. If there's an update, they can use that credit towards that game.
Sure. The two best games I've played in the last year are The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. But both of those are like pretty old games at this point. So like I feel like those are maybe 2020 games. That could have been an answer for last Christmas, I think. No one I know basically can get their hands on a PlayStation 5 still, which is kind of crazy since those systems have been out over a year at this point. I'm still trying to find one. Someone let me know.
Someone get Ben a PS5.
I will trade you an original Holotaco launch collection for
Ben,
a PS5.
no.
Do we still have some of those?
Ben.
But for something more recent, I guess I should mention Nintendo Switch. I have a Switch. They recently released Mario Party Superstars? All-Stars? I can't remember the name of it. But it's the newest Mario Party game. They've been releasing Mario Party games since like the Nintendo 64, late 90s. And the newest release, Nintendo has been like re-releasing a lot of classic games and stuff and just making more money off of people being willing to buy the same game over and over again on new generations of systems. And I'm one of those people who's willing to rebuy things, I guess. But this newest Mario Party game has kind of just like taken a lot of the best elements of like the last 20 years of Mario Party games and just packaged it into one new game. So I think that would be a fun one for you, actually.
Okay.
Because Mario Party games are games where you can just like, you can actually play with young people. Like it can be enjoyed it's family friendly fun for the whole family.
How many people do you need to play though?
It's playing with 4 people is a lot of fun. I think you could play with 2 and just have the computer playing. It's probably not the type of game you would just sit there playing alone. I mean, you could.
What if I do?
Against your computer friends, but that game is a lot of fun both for like families, but also like just goofing off with your friends and having fun. Okay. And that's kind of the beauty of Nintendo games, actually.
Yeah. No real competition, just fun.
Oh no, it's very competitive.
Oh, never mind.
If you're Donkey Kong and you pay Boo to steal my star, I'm not going to be happy about it.
Okay. Monopoly. There's another game. It's not a video game, but
Monopoly. Next one. Work from home items, Christine.
Oh my god, I have so many.
Okay. Well, how about you tell me one?
Okay.
Okay.
The number one gift idea for work from home, or just like anyone who exists at home, you don't even have to work from home, is a desktop mug warmer. Oh my god. I swear, they are truly life-changing, and they are not very expensive.
Life-changing?
No, life-changing. Because how do you think it's possible that I've drank this entire cup of tea for the past 45 minutes, and it's not cold yet? Because I have a desktop mug warmer. I love them so much. I should have started my own company, but I do not have my own company. But yeah, you can find them on Amazon. Some of them come with auto off settings, which is like a really good safety setting. If you just take your mug, it comes off. Some of them don't, but then they have temperature control settings, and you just plug it into the wall or a USB. And it's so useful if you're someone who takes a while to drink your coffee or tea, and then they stay warm, and they work with almost all ceramic mugs. Like, you don't have to have a special mug. There are versions of mugs that you can buy that keep your drink warm.
Yes.
But I've always been like, why? That I'm limited to that very specific mug. You can't put it in the dishwasher. It's smaller than I would like. And, they're really expensive. Whereas the hot plate.
You can't put that mug in the dishwasher either.
Yeah, but most average person mugs you can't put in the dishwasher. So I'm just saying, like, generally speaking, it's limiting to buy a mug that heats up, because then you're limited to that one mug, and it's so expensive. But I'd rather just have a hot plate, and then I have multiple hot plates. One for the podcast room, one for the stream room, one for my office, and I used to have one at work.
Hot plates, yes. You've talked. I feel like this is just Christine's podcast where she gets to talk about her starry light.
It's such a good gift idea, though. Like, it's something people don't think of, and then they use, and they're like, damn, my life has changed.
Okay. If you're home a lot, my recommendation is an air purifier.
Do you have dirty air? We do.
We have, because you're painting your nails all the time. So I like the Coway Air Mega 400S. We have one of those on each floor. And I think it appreciably improved my quality of life.
Okay. I guess.
And if you're going to be home a lot, I think it's important just have a healthy environment you are in.
I mean, it depends on what your baseline environment is. Like, when I'm pouring out nail polish a lot, like, yes, an air purifier.
But I find it's not just for nail polish, right? Like ours have sensors that like tell you what it thinks the quality of the air is.
Like when a candle goes out.
Yeah, and so when we blow out candles and there's a little bit of smoke, or are we cooking something and it's a little too hot, like it really recognizes that, and you can have it just sort of kick on automatically.
It goes, the air is dirty. Alert! The air is dirty. Must clean.
It doesn't do that.
Oh, it'd be funnier. I wish it spoke to us.
Is that what you hear in your head?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my answer.
I have more.
Okay. Is it things you've talked about for the last year that everyone already knows you like?
A heated electric blanket is amazing
to work from home?
To work from home, yeah.
Fall asleep under a warm blanket?
Maybe you take a little nap, maybe a break, I don't know. But as someone who's always cold, I love having a heated electric blanket. They're not that expensive. You can find different versions of them. You just plug them in. Just remember to unplug them. And they're really great. Something else, I did have the wake up light, but you've already stolen that.
Sorry.
A seasonal tea set is always a good gift idea for someone who likes tea. Okay, I won't say
anything else they can warm. They can warm their tea. They could warm their body with the blanket.
They can warm their feet with a pair of cozy slippers.
Okay.
I am always wearing cozy slippers.
Yeah. Show us your feet.
Show my cat cam. And I don't care how old you are. I love sequins on my slippers. And I've been wearing some version of a Holo slipper for literally years. And you will too.
Good stocking stuffers. All right. Actually, that's next category, right? Stocking stuffers. Do you have anything to say here?
I love giving, well, back when we had stockings when we were like young and fun, was lottery gift cards. Sorry, like scratch cards.
Well, yeah.
Because it's an activity too.
I don't know if that's a great or terrible gift idea. I used to get those too. But I've always felt like if you actually gave that to someone and they won a lot of money, I think it would destroy your relationship with that person, right?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Like, it's almost like you're giving it to them thinking there's no way they're going to win cash for life.
Otherwise, I would have kept it.
Yeah. But like, okay, maybe they'll win like enough money to buy more scratch cards.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
I don't know. I always thought it was kind of an understanding that if you gave someone it and they won $1 million, they would be like, okay, let's split it. But I guess that's not fair.
That's risky. You should have like a contract beforehand if that's the case.
Or just not give people scratch cards.
The stocking is just full of lottery tickets and like a contract. Yeah.
Another one that you could throw into your stocking is scrunchies. Holos.
I could definitely use some scrunchies.
Yes. Maybe one day soon there will be some more.
Okay. A Terry's chocolate orange. Product placement.
Why do you like that so much?
Every stocking needs to have a Terry's chocolate orange in it because it's not just delicious. You get to take it and slam it on the table.
I don't like them. They're kind of gross.
Something wrong with Christine.
They taste like artificial orange. Sorry, Terry. I know what I'm putting in your stocking, though.
Rude. All right. 2 categories left. Gifts for people who hate stuff. All right, Christine, you added this. What do you buy someone who hates stuff?
Okay. So when someone hates something, they still need to do things in life. They still use things. They just like resent new things. So I think the best thing to do here is to give them things that they will inevitably use or that they do in fact need.
Do you know a lot of people like this?
I feel like I'm kind of one of those people.
You're just projecting. Okay, so what should I get you?
I hate shit too, Jen. I just hate everything. So
you are hard to shop for.
Okay. A power strip surge protector.
A power bar?
A power bar. Like a really big power bar that has like 12 ports. You know, everyone's needing these more and more today. But you want to get a good one that has like a surge protector that has USB. Maybe there's an Ethernet cord in there too. Or maybe that's for more like an extension for your MacBook. But like a power bar. It's such a good practical thing that everyone's going to use or need or find a use for at some point. It's true.
Very exciting.
If this person drives, then gas gift certificates. It's something my grandmother always used to get my sister and I, because it was like her reasoning for, you'll come visit me, I've given you gas certificates.
Well, actually, that's kind of the perfect answer for this category, though, right? If someone doesn't like stuff, you gift them something that serves your interests. So for your grandmother...
That's not how I was thinking.
No, that's exactly how she was thinking. She's
that's
like,
how she was thinking.
I'm just going to give them something that doesn't give them an excuse to not drive here and visit me.
Right. Yeah. Another thing that everyone will use, but no one will buy themselves, is a bowl to throw shit in. You know how you go into someone's house and there's always a bowl with just like car keys and random shit?
Yeah.
We have a few of these bowls.
Yeah.
But they're ugly bowls. I don't even know why those bowls. Get someone a nice, cool looking bowl and they will find a purpose for it. And just throw shit in it.
Okay. It's a garbage bowl.
I have one more. A garbage bowl. A really fancy garbage.
All right.
No, not a kitchen bowl. Like a decorative bowl that suits their style. Even if it's just like...
I feel like there's a word for this
looking.
that isn't bowl. What do you call this?
A bowl to throw shit in. Like household bowl.
Okay, yeah, Chris, that's what I was trying to think of.
The next one is scissors. Like really good scissors. Everyone needs it.
Why is this a podcast?
Needs scissors to cut shit. And no one realizes.
What do they need to cut?
Like packages, tape, Christmas presents.
Yeah.
Although this gift will be too late. But like for next year. No one buys themselves scissors. I don't know what it is. I'm always missing more scissors in my house.
Doesn't everyone buy themselves scissors?
No, because it's like a boring thing.
Yeah, so you just buy it because it's a useful tool that everyone
stop
has.
mocking me. I feel like these are great ideas for people who hate shit. They will find a use for these. You're welcome. What are your ideas?
Basically, your grandmother's thinking is you just buy these people whatever you hope they don't use so you can enjoy it. Especially if it's like if it's like a family member, right? And they're just impossible to shop for. Mm-hmm. You buy them something that will just benefit your whole family or potentially you as well. Like you buying me that toiletry bag you knew I wasn't going to use. So you just took it.
For you. Well, but I took like the second one.
All right, last category. Gifts for people who have everything.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Is this different than the last one?
No, I think there's a difference.
Okay, these people like things.
They like things,
but they
own everything.
All those
they
things.
own every fancy, hoodie or every fancy iMac or whatever tech equipment. They have it all, so they don't need your shit.
Sounds nice to be them.
Yeah. What do you get these people? I think that the best thing you can do for that type of person is to first you got to figure out generally what do they like, but find a subscription version of that item, and it might be more fun because it's an experience. Like for my aunt, we once got her a wine subscription thing where like every month they sent a different bottle of wine and it was curated with her. There's a little story about it or whatever. That's kind of fun for her, but she's like someone who could go buy her own wine, obviously. But it made it more fun. So it's like a subscription service for a certain amount of months. And you can do that with like a meal food plan of those food kits that are prepared. You can give someone like a 6-month subscription to that and maybe they'll like it. It's just like a nice thing to do for someone, even though they didn't like need it and they could have like figured out food themselves. I just think these subscription ideas are a nice trial experience to give someone who has everything.
Yeah, that is an excellent answer.
Do you have an excellent answer?
Well, I'll let you decide. My thing is if once I bought my so if I bought my brother once, like you could give people, if they have everything, they don't need anything, they're telling you they don't need anything. I think like donating something to charity or something in their name is potentially a good option. And I did this once with my brother. I didn't know what to get him.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember I sent him a card that's just like, it was like a family in Ethiopia got 3 goats because of you or something. And I sent him this card and it like had a picture of this family who like was supported because of a donation that was made to some sort of humanitarian group in his name. And I remember he thought that was cool.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah.
I would also advise really looking into those types of services.
Anytime
because,
you're giving to charity, yes.
Yeah, you just want to make sure it's legit. I like the sentiment of it for sure, but I also would want to do some research about like the legitimacy. I'm not saying anything's wrong about your goats, but I just mean like in general, you know.
I think they weren't fraudulent goats, if that's what you're
real
getting
goats. You have evidence of the goats.
You could just give someone a card saying like, I made a donation in your name to the Human Fund. And it's a charity that just doesn't exist, but they think you're a good person,
For
right?
you, you're like, I bought myself something.
Yeah.
Because you don't need anything, because you're the person who has everything, bitch.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. Don't have that
All
attitude.
right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I don't think this holiday gift guide was very helpful.
I think it was. I had a lot of good suggestions, and a lot of the things that I listed are not that expensive.
This is true.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a subjective term, what is expensive, of course, but I use that term relative to what you're actually getting for the money. So a lot of my suggestions, I think, are a good deal for what you get.
Yeah, that's fair. And you got a chance to talk about your mug warmers and starry night lights
Talk about
again.
them all the time.
I have to be more suspicious of Cristine every time she brings up a podcast topic if it's just an excuse to talk about her lights and tea.
All right, everyone. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving if you're American. Mm-hmm. We had Thanksgiving a month ago in Canada.
What is like? Do Americans understand or care that Canadians have different Thanksgiving?
No.
Probably not, eh? What? I don't really understand why. Why are they different? I don't know anything about Thanksgiving.
Well, then we're not in a position to whatever. But in America, it's perceived as like the big holiday before all the Christmas shopping begins. So once Thanksgiving is over, everyone's going Christmas shopping. So that's why we brought you this holiday gift guide.
Okay. All right, everybody.
Thanks so much for watching. And we'll see y'all later. Bye.